On this James the Bike Guy, we're taking a look at something pretty neat. This is a RockShox Pike RC. So we're going to go over some of the features and designs of this fork, as well as find out exactly what it weighs. But before we get started, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below. That way you can see more videos like this into the future. So this fork we're looking at here is the 27.5-inch version, but they also make this in a 29-inch version that also allows for 27.5-inch plus size tires. But this is the shorter or the smaller wheel size version of the bike, but it's a really stout and robust chassis. So this particular chassis is going to be super lightweight, and it actually uses 35 millimeter stanchions. So where the 35 millimeters is actually this thickness. This is your stanchion here, and they're coated in what RockShox calls their own black coating. So that black coating is actually what's going to allow these stanchions to perform really well, be nice and slippery so the fork can move about. Now, a neat thing about this is this actually runs the same chassis, or brought the chassis down from the Lyric. And I've got a video on the Lyric down in the description below in case you want to watch that, because they are pretty similar. And this is sort of the baby brother, but still a super performance fork. You know, it's set up pretty well for your enduro to all mountain style riding, and it just ends up being a little bit lighter weight and a little more manageable than, say, that Lyric would. Now, this fork itself is going to run a 15 millimeter MAXLE in the front. It's got a flush mount through axle there, but that actually allows for 15 by 150 millimeters in the front. And this is torque cap available, so you could run the larger torque caps if that's what you have. Otherwise, you can run a normal fork in there with no problems. Now, the fork itself is going to run their DEBONAIR air spring. And what that allows for is, of course, adjustability and air pressure here, but it's also going to allow you to run different size tokens within this chamber, so you can customize the ramp and the air volume on the inside. Now, this is a solo air setup, which means you only need to add air to the top, which makes it a little easier to set up. And then on the other side, you're going to get the charger damper. So this is low speed compression. You've got several detents, lots of range. It's nearly infinitely adjustable, which is a nice thing. And then down on the lower, you'll actually see you've got rebound adjust as well. So you've got the adjustment for your rebound, either slow or fast of recovery for the fork. Now, this particular one we're looking at here is actually going to be a 46 millimeter offset. And what the offset is that's basically from the center line of the fork, how much offset forward the fork ends up being. And 46 millimeter is the new standard. You know, they've gone through a few different sizes, but 46 seems to be working really well at the moment. Now, this is of course going to have a forged aluminum crown as well as an aluminum steer tube. You can see this is tapered from 1.5 to 1.125, which is going to allow it to fit virtually all the forks or all of the frames out there that you would want to run with this bike at the moment. Now, this fork is in the 150 mil format as we have here, but it is able to be run in 160 or 150. All it takes is changing the air spring to be able to make this into a different travel range. So let's go ahead and grab the scale and we'll find out exactly what this weighs. So the Pike RC in a 27.5 on my scale comes in and weighs 1,846 grams, which is actually quite nice because that's a bit below what the advertised weight is. So thanks so much for watching this video. Go ahead and leave me a comment down in the comment section below. Can't wait to see what you think about this fork. It's a pretty nice setup, and while you're at it, be sure to leave a thumbs up button. It lets me know that you enjoyed the video.